Namaskar everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Academy. So tell me, your nose shape is same as my nose shape or is different? So we have a variation in the population, right? So variation is because of the different DNA sequences. So your nose shape DNA and my nose shape DNA same or different? It's different. So if I going to sequence your nose shape DNA and my nose shape DNA, so there may be a sequence or there may be a difference in one or two nucleotide, right? So now tell me, if I am going to write the sequence, number 1 sequence and number 2 sequence, so they are differ only at one positions, but that may bring polymorphism in the populations. So that means we all are polymorphic for the nose shape, yes, we all are polymorphic for the ear shape, for the forehead shape. Why? Because we are having different DNA sequence. But I think your nose and my nose may have one or two nucleotide changes, right? Okay, so can I say there is a only single nucleotide change is there? Yes. So single nucleotide change can bring polymorphism in the population. Obviously, it can easily bring it. Okay, so this is known as single nucleotide polymorphism. Yes. So okay, you want to say this is SNP? Yeah. So SNP is present in population. Yes, because of the SNP we have variation in the population. So how many of you know about restriction endonuclease? So we know that restriction endonuclease cut the DNA at particular site. Say for an example, I am taking EcoR1. EcoR1 is a restriction endonuclease that cut at GAATTC. It is a 6 cutter. Great. So what I am going to do is, I took the 2 DNA from 2 different person, which show polymorphism. Right, that means their nose shape is different, their eye color is different, or any other polymorphic feature. So I take the DNA sequence of their nose and I am going to write it, and just I want to show how many restriction site you can see. So in this DNA you can see first restriction site, here the same restriction site is present, and in this sequence you can see the next second restriction sites, but in this part the second restriction site is mutated and the third restriction site is same, and here we have the same restriction sites. Now tell me, if EcoR1 is going to cut this sequence, how many types of fragment it will produce? It will produce 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut, cut, cut. So it will produce 4 fragments. But now tell me, it will produce how many fragments? 1 and 2, the large one, and the third one, because this the middle restriction site is mutated. So EcoR1 is not able to cut. Great. So now I am performing the gel electrophoresis. So here I am getting 4 bands, and here I am getting only 3 bands. No doubt these 2 bands are correspondence, and this band is also correspondence, but the remaining 2 plus 3 bands here, they are going to be shifted upward. So now tell me, the restriction fragment produced by restriction endonuclease are of same length or different, or obviously they are different length. Why they are different? Because restriction endonuclease is not able to cut at this particular site. Why restriction endonuclease is not able to cut? Reason is simple. SNP is there, single nucleotide polymorphism is there at restriction sites. Okay, so single nucleotide polymorphism at restriction site produce different length of restriction fragments. Yes, you are right. So restriction fragment show polymorphism. Yes. So restriction fragment are polymorphic in nature. Yes. Okay, that means they are variable in nature. Yeah. So can I call it as a restriction fragment length polymorphism? Because the length of restriction fragment is different. Yes. So this concept is known as RFLP. So RFLP is basically what? SNP in restriction site produce RFLP. I hope you got the RFLP. So for more videos, stay tuned to the Academy channel. Thank you very much.